Keith, it's morning. It's after 8. We've been here all night.
It's okay. The rent's paid.
What am I going to tell Cruz? Every logical place I might have been, he would have called by now. What did I listen to? You know that I wanted to go home.
Yeah, I sensed that last night. I did.
What did you make me do?
I didn't Shanghai you. You came here of your own free will. You know you look beautiful.
What am I going to tell my husband? What am I going to...
Why don't you tell him the truth?
The truth,
That's a
no.
good change.
So I can't tell him the truth.
I was just kidding, sweetheart. I don't think you should tell him the truth. I just hate to see you racked with guilt. You did enjoy yourself, didn't you? Last night.
I don't want to think about last night.
Oh. We have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, and you want to forget it. What a waste.
Keith, help me. Help me think of something. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I tell you what, you better split before you end up in here, too.
Mr. Kupnick's right. If they catch us up here, we'll be in terrible trouble. Please, come on. Come on.
All right. We'll see you later then.
Yeah, right. Hey.
Oh, and what do they do to people in there?
Oh, after a few days, they give them special therapy.
What does that mean?
Shock treatments, usually. Sometimes worse.
Oh, no.
But I can tell Mr. Kupnick hasn't had them yet.
Are you sure?
They gave them to me when I first came here. You wake up and there's a smell of something singed. For a long time, you don't want to talk very much. You just feel numb, like you're not really there.
Oh, and I've got to get him out there.
Owen, you're not supposed to be up here.
I'm sorry, Dr. Rollins.
And just yesterday I was saying what a model patient you are. Tell you what, I'll overlook the infraction if you'll help me with Mr. Kupnick. I know you saw him up here.
You want me to spy on him for you?
I wish you wouldn't keep using that word. Not spying, cooperating. Cooperation with authority is the mark of a responsible adult. So you see, I'm giving you an opportunity to show me that you're ready to be released. But if you keep resisting me, I'll have to conclude that you regressed. And that might require the kind of intense treatment that you had to undergo when you were first admitted. Do you remember that, Owen?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
You wouldn't want to go through it again. Of course, it's entirely up to you.
If I agree to spy, I mean cooperate. Will you let Mr. Kupnick out of isolation?
Well, I'll have to think about that, but I might.
I could spy on him much better if I could be close to him and talk to him. Otherwise, I can't spy on him at all as long as he's locked up in there.
That word again. But still, you may have a point.
Hello? Eden, good. It's Gina.
Yes, Gina.
I've got something very interesting to show you.
What is it?
I just thought you might like to know what Santana's been up to.
Gina,
I thought I told you to leave her alone.
she's been hurting Cruz and deceiving him, and I can prove it.
Hello. Is Courtney there? Kelly? Is that you?
Eden, hi.
Kelly, where are you? Are you all right? I'm at the hospital. Eden, I'm not supposed to be calling, but I had to sneak in here and use the phone. You've got to get Cruz over here right now, or something awful is going to happen to...
What are you doing in Dr. Rollins' office? Who gave you permission to use this phone?
Kelly? Hello, are you still there?
Did I follow?
I could have sworn on a stack of Bibles you wanted to question those illegals we picked up.
Yeah, I did.
At 8, right? It was supposed to be at 8. How come you're still here? Was you oversleep?
Yeah, I guess I did. Listen, man, I can't leave right now. I think you can cover for me.
Me?
Yeah, I gotta stick around here a little while. So why don't you get things started, and then I'll come down when I can.
Okay, if that's all you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'll owe you one, okay?
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
Santana! Hey, Santana!
Cruz? Cruz? Are you all right?
Yeah, man, I thought you left.
I did, but I heard you call.
I wasn't calling you. I was calling my wife.
Oh, well, our car's not outside.
Damn it.
Well, how long has it been since you seen her?
Look, man, just forget about it, okay?
No, maybe I can help.
Really, I don't think you can, thanks.
Oh, she didn't come home last night, is that
Listen, I thought you said you were going to cover for me at the meeting.
I'm gonna... I'll get it.
Hi.
Good morning.
Listen, I'm sorry to come by so early, but Kelly just called me and she sounded scared to death.
What's wrong?
I don't know. She said that something terrible was going to happen and then she got cut off. I don't know, but would you go up there with me and find out?
I'll go. I think Cruz has a lot ahead of him this one.
What, did you try to call her again?
Well, yeah, I tried to call her, but they wouldn't let me talk to her. Would you go with me, please?
Frankly, Kelly, I'm astonished. You know you don't have phone privileges, and at this rate you never will. Who were you trying to call?
I don't want to tell you.
Well, you leave me no choice. I'm going to have to punish you. No art room for you today, Kelly.
I don't care.
You were trying to call your friend Pearl, weren't you?
Dr. Rawlings, you can't fool me. I know he's back here, and I want to know what you're going to do with him.
That's a medical decision, Kelly, and not something I care to discuss with you.
Well, Betty, my love, I'm just so proud of you. I think you've done wonders with this clinic here. Why, just look at it. Oh, boy, Liza, are you going to sing New York, New York for us tonight after supper? I've just pardoned Richard Milhouse Dixon, and I think it calls for a celebration. Why, Liz, those violet eyes, they are even lovelier than before. Hey, Bob, we gonna play that round the golf today? Promise I won't beat anybody but the Secret Service.
Not today, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if I ever pardon you, pal.
You got out. How did you do that? I thought he'd keep you in there forever.
Well, I guess the voodoo doctor had a change of heart.
Well, listen, everything's okay. I got to a phone and I called Eden and I told her to bring Cruz so he can just come in and tell Rawlings that the police made a mistake bringing you back and that you don't belong here.
Now, wait a minute. The police weren't the ones that brought me back. I turned myself in.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Pearl, why did you do that? Didn't you know how mad Dr. Rawlings would be?
Kelly, listen to me. You helped me out with regards to my brother, right? So I'm doing is I'm helping you in return.
Oh, Pearl, that's sweet. I don't want you to stay, though. Pearl, it's horrible here, and Dr. Rawlings hates you. Pearl, who knows what he's going to do to you now?
Don't worry about a thing, kiddo. I'm sticking around until I leave with you. You got that? I worked on him too many people, too many times. Well, not this time, and not with you. All right? I am not walking out of here without you.
I didn't realize that there'd be such a crowd here. Cruz, can I talk to you alone?
Listen, I'll take Eden up and check out that car.
Oh, no, that's okay. Don't bother. I can do this
No,
alone.
hey, really, just give me a second. Are you all right?
Of course.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I was a little worried. Listen, I gotta go do this now, but hope you're here when I come back, because I'd like to talk to you.
I'll be here.
Good. Let's go.
I thought I made it perfectly clear
All
the
right,
first
just a
time you
second,
were
Doctor.
here.
Just a second. Now, Kelly Perkins may be a patient here, but she does have certain rights as a citizen. And if her sister has a complaint, it's going to be officially investigated. The court has ultimate jurisdiction over Kelly, and I can and will have this thing opened up again if you give us any...
Mr. Castillo, if you had let me finish my sentence, I would have said that things have changed.
Oh.
Yes, I think a very short visit from one or two members of her family might be worth a try now. Would you have Kelly Perkins brought in, please?
Good.
However, I wouldn't put too much credence in whatever she may have said to you on the phone this morning. Paranoid delusions are common in a case like hers.
I don't believe she's paranoid, not at all.
And again, we come back to the question of who is more competent to judge, don't we? Good. Kelly, you have people to see you.
Hey. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Oh, Cruz.
How you doing, kiddo?
Hey.
Kelly, would you be good to tell all of us why you called your sister this morning and what you said to her on the phone?
I didn't call her. I don't remember calling anyone.
There you see.
Dr. Rawlings, would you mind leaving us alone for just a moment?
I'm afraid that's highly irregular.
Irregular or not, we'd appreciate it very much.
Very well, but only for a short while, and please don't excite my patient.
Hi, Alice. You remember me? We met the other night. I brought you back here. Is that what's wrong? Are you mad at me for that? Oh, it's the badge that bothers you. Oh, we can take care of that. You know, this just lets people know, what my job is. I've wanted to do that a few times myself.
Hey, you see any of Kelly's visitors out there?
No. Are they going to take her home, Leonard?
Well, I very much doubt that Dr. Rollins will let her go.
I wish somebody would take me home. Anybody.
Well, you make yourself sound like an orphan. How long you been in here?
A year and a half. There were other hospitals before, but they let me go out sometimes.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. Oh, because you're afraid of girls?
I guess so. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what. Maybe I can find out, huh? I'll break into Rollins' office, look through his files. I've done it before.
You have?
Yeah, sure.
You do that for me?
No problem. What are friends for?
Thanks, but I think you better try to stay out of trouble, Leonard. Next time, Dr. Rollins won't be so easy on you.
But I'll tell you what. You change your mind. You just let me know. You ever been to Boston before?
No.
That's too bad. I think you really like it, especially the girls, My brother, Brian, we used to have a terrific time in that town. Man, once upon a time, he concocted this drink he called the Sub-Zero. It had a little bit of scotch, a little bit of tequila, a little bit of vodka in it, with just a splash of pineapple juice. You mix the whole thing together and wham!
No, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anything about you. We should stop talking. We should just go back to being a president.
What do you mean you don't remember? You called me this morning. You sounded terrified on the phone.
Well, I do remember it. Vaguely. But I'm all right now. I didn't mean to frighten you, Eden. I didn't. I'm glad you came up, though. It's so good to see you both.
And you're absolutely sure nothing's wrong?
Positive. Are you mad that I called? You are, aren't you?
No, we're not, darling. It's just as long as you're okay.
Are you sure you are?
Yeah, honest. I better go before Dr. Rawlings gets angry. I don't want to cooperate so you can come back and see me and give Dad and everybody a kiss for me.
I will. I love you. I love you. Come back.
Yeah, bye, baby.
Soon.
Sure.
Bye. I don't trust Dr. Rawlings. There's something very wrong here.
Yeah, but Kelly did seem better, didn't she?
Can I ask you a question? If she ever gets well enough to stand trial, what charge do you think Keith Timmons is going to ask for?
Second-degree murder, at least.
Thanks for coming up here with me. She really did call, and she sounded terrified, and I really don't know what made her change her mind.
Oh, that's okay. I'm glad I came. After what you told me, I'd have been worried, too, if I hadn't seen it for myself. Listen, I guess I better round up Paul and get out of here. Got a long day ahead of me. I'll see you.
Cruz.
Yeah.
Was Santana out all night? I'm sorry.
Yes, Mama, Brandon will be home tomorrow. No, I don't have to get it. It's Cruz's second line. The police station usually calls on it, and he gets a message on his beeper. Mama, did Cruz happen to call last night? No, for no reason at all. I was just curious because we missed connections for dinner last night. Yeah, we'll be over for dinner tomorrow. Mama, I'm fine. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye.
Eden might be in this morning. When do you expect her? No message. I'll call back later. Thanks.
Bloody Mary.
Looks like somebody hit the jackpot last night.
What in the world gave you that idea?
Yeah. And that's the same suit as last night, isn't it?
Why, Grandma, what big eyes you have.
I was right, wasn't I? About Santana falling right into your lap like I said she would.
I'm not in the mood to conduct a post-mortem. What happened is private.
That doesn't matter. I can guess the rest. Let's make it a night to remember. Let's make it the best. Oh, Keith. Oh,
What'd you do? Have the place bugged?
Grandma has big ears, too.
Listen to me. Don't you push it, you understand me? I'm the district attorney, and what you did was illegal.
I don't think you're in a position to do much about it. So just let go of me.
What are you up to?
A lot of people would like to know that. And they're all going to find out. The hard way.
I'm glad you're back.
All right. I'd like an explanation about last night.
Yes. Well, I think you owe me an explanation, too. You were extremely rude to me in front of Eden and Paul. And where were you all night?
Well, I was right here waiting for you. Where do you get off asking me something like that?
Is that what you're upset about, because I didn't come home last night? Well, for starters, you weren't here anyway.
What do you mean I wasn't here? What are you talking about? I was here.
You certainly weren't here when I called.
You didn't call. I was in this room the whole night, and that phone did not ring.
Well, it didn't ring long because the answering machine was on, and I left a message.
Oh, like hell.
Yes, I did. If you have him play the messages, play it now. See for yourself. Mama's lonely with Pop out of town. So I think I'll spend the night here with her. I'd say call when you get in, but Mom will probably be asleep. So I'll just see you in the morning. I love you.
Are you telling me you never heard that message?
No.
I was gone all night long, and you didn't even check the machine for messages. I could have probably been gone a week.
Wait a second. I didn't check it because I was here, and that phone did not ring. It didn't ring.
I bet you didn't even phone around, did you? Did you call anybody to see if I was all right?
I didn't call because I was ashamed that I didn't know where you were. I was ashamed of where I thought you'd gone.
What do you mean? Where do you think I'd gone? I'd gone.
Never mind.
Mind? Of course I mind. I mind very much. You thought I was with Keith, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's wonderful. That's just wonderful.
You know, I didn't even ask any questions when I saw you leaving this morning with Eden, let alone when I came in and found her here. Maybe I should have.
Eden had only just gotten here. Paul was already here, and then she showed up. She was worried about Kelly, so we went up to the hospital and then saw her.
Fine. I accept that. But why don't you do the same for me? I don't like to be unfairly accused of something.
All right, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I jumped to a conclusion. I was wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong.
Sorry, too. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I've jumped to some conclusions myself in the past.
Don't ever lie to me. No matter what. Lying turns everything into a no man's land, and you can't get your bearings anymore. You tell each other the truth. You've got a chance. Now I gotta go.
Sit down, Owen. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Have a candy?
Thank you.
Well, you better eat it or it'll melt.
Right.
Well, Owen, I thought it was time for our first communication on the Kupnik case. What have you been able to find out for me so far?
Not very much.
Oh, come on. Don't disappoint me, Owen. I'm depending on you.
Well, I haven't had much time.
I know, but you've had some, and I expect you to make the most of every moment. Now, I know he likes you, so he must confide in you from time to time.
Well, I think he comes from Boston.
Really? From Boston? Well, that's very useful. Anything else?
He said something about he had a brother named Brian, I think.
Brian? Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Fine. Well, is that all?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Owen. I know you're lying. Owen, I can see that you're keeping something from me.
Well, there was just one other thing. I don't know if he was just bragging, but he said that he once got into your files.
I see.
But that's all he said, I swear.
Well, that's all right. You did very well for your first day on the job. I'm very proud of you.
Can I go home now?
Oh, not quite yet. I still need some more information, but you've made a very good start. Well, that's all for today, Owen. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Owen, you can go back to the day room now.
Yes, sir.
certainly keep banker's hours around here, don't you? You realize it's after 3?
I know what time it is.
I've been cooling my heels waiting here for you since noon.
Listen, Gina. I've had a lot of thought about what you talked to me about. And if Santana really is being disloyal to Cruz, I want to know about it.
Well, is there someplace we can talk?
Seat.
What would you say if I told you that Santana and Keith Timmons spent the entire night here in this hotel last night?
Here?
In the presidential suite. And I can prove it.
Hi. Either one of you seen Keith Timmons around? His office said he was at the hotel and I need to ask him a couple questions about Kelly's case.
Maybe you should try the presidential suite.
Is that supposed to be funny, Gina?
No, I wasn't kidding. At least he was there.
Thanks.
Where are you going?
I'll be right back. You stay here. And then I want to see what proof you've got.
Yeah. I sort of thought it might be you.
Really? Why is that?
Well, I just had a feeling you might be coming. I just walked right in. I was having my apartment worked on, and I thought I'd stay in this place a couple of nights. You know, it's lavish, but what the heck, I call it home. So how was your morning?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. Why?
Oh, I knew you were going to question those illegal immigrants, and I wondered how it went, you know? I mean, you want to implicate me, don't you? How'd it go?
If by that you mean I want to hang you out to dry, you're right.
At least we know where we stand.
You bet we do.
So why are you here?
The Kelly Perkins case. I don't know if you're aware of it, but Dylan Hartley fell to his death from the window of this room.
Well, I'll stay away from the windows.
And just prior to that, I was keeping Gina Capwell under video surveillance here. Now, it's probably too much to hope for, but had the video still been running, it would have recorded everything that happened between Kelly and Dylan. I called Tony Patterson in Omaha. He was the DA then?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he can't remember whether or not he ordered the surveillance halted. So I need you to look through his old files and see if any such order was issued before that night.
Well, I'll do my best.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Just how was this observation of Gina carried out?
This is a two-way mirror. There's an observation room behind it. It's a little something Peter Flint had installed when he was manager of the hotel.
I'll be damned.
I won't argue that with you. Even so, let me know what you find out.
Right. Oh, listen, if you can remember, tell your wife I said hello.
What are you doing? It's exactly what I came to ask you. How dare you humiliate Cruz the way you did this morning? Stumbling in here after you spend the night with another man, Santana?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a liar. You spent the night with Keith Timmons in the presidential suite, didn't you? I know all about women like you, Santana. You're no better than a common slut.
Don't talk to me that way. You have no right barging into my home and saying these things to me.
Look, you may be able to keep Cruz feeling guilty over nothing so you can play around with Keith Timmons, but it's not going to work with me. I'm not here to put a bid in on your husband, Santana. I'm here because I can't stand to see someone as trusting and as honest as him being hurt by someone like you. And I am going to do him the purely selfless favor of getting rid of a spouse who not only doesn't care about him, but hurts him every time she turns around, the same way that he helped me get rid of Kirk.
What do you mean? What are you going to do?
I'm going to expose you for what you really are. I have suspected you and Keith of something for weeks now, but I was never 100% sure. But you want to know what? I have proof. How? What am I going to do with it?
You're bluffing. You can't have.
Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see, won't you? But you want to know what? I'm not the kind of person that wants to hurt people, Santana. Not like you. I'll make a deal with you.
What kind of deal?
You pack your things and you leave. You leave Cruz and you leave Brandon by tomorrow morning. Then you can have your little affairs with Keith Timmons on every street corner as far as I'm concerned. You just promise to leave Cruz alone. You do that, and I will not tell him what I know. Silence gives a scent, Santana. I better hear by tomorrow that you're gone. You make sure that you are.
What we have here, huh? The long arm of the law.
I just came by to visit with
Right there, Alice. Alice, you got a visitor.
Haven't I seen you around Santa Barbara? I mean, outside, because you look really familiar.
Well, I'm sure you have. I have business all around this great country of ours. You see, my wife, Betty, she founded this clinic here, and I just kind of drop in every now and then to make sure everything is okay. Well, Betty, I think it's time to get a look at the other rooms now.
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay, but first, how about a high five? Well, maybe we do that again sometime, huh?
Sorry, I didn't realize he was...
We're all a little off base. Why we're here.
Hi. Alice? It's me. Can she hear me?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if you like poetry, but I thought I'd bring you a book. You know, just to show you that all cops aren't, you know, like what you meant before. See? Look, this is my favorite one right here. It's by Edna St. Vincent Millay. See?
On the world stands out on either side, no wider than the heart is wide. Above the world is stretched the sky, no higher than the soul high.
Alice, that's great. That's the most I've ever heard her say. I'll tell the nurse.
Betty, I'm shocked at you. Think of the clinic's reputation. We can't take pills ourselves and then ask others to give them up.
Nurse, may I talk to you, please?
Mr. Skater, I have a messenger arriving this evening with the rest of my files from my Boston office. Will you see that they're brought to me as soon as they're delivered?
Must have left that window open. It's not like me. You can never be too careful, you know.
I think this room needs a good airing out.
Be it ever so humble, even.
Is this the tape you were talking about?
No. No, the tape I want you to see is set up right here in the VCR. I just can't stand the thought of that awful woman taking care of Brandon. To think that Cruz would live with someone so dishonest and immoral. You know, I never liked Santana. And in a second, you're going to see just how right I was.
Gina, can we cut the preamble, please?
All right.
Sometimes I'm glad you're a sneak.
I bet you are.
But look, this kind of makes me feel sort of dirty. Do you mind if we just watch a split second of it and then I'll take your word on the rest?
Sure. But brace yourself, Eden. It's definitely X-rated.
Oh, finally. I've been trying to find you everywhere.
You know, I ran into your husband, almost blew the whole thing wide open. I didn't know whether you told him or not.
No, I didn't.
It's okay, everything's fine now.
No, it's not fine. Somehow Eden found out. She says that she's got proof that we were here last night.
Yeah, and that's thanks to a budding young pornographer called Gina Capwell.
What's that?
Oh, you'll see. I switched tapes. I wanted Miss Capwell to see something a little more wholesome.
What kind of a joke is this?
I wasn't lying to you, I swear. I wouldn't have brought you over here to look at something like this.
I would hope not, Gina.
Somebody obviously switched the tapes on me.
Wait a second. Did you tell somebody about this tape?
No, Wait. I didn't leave this window open. The lock's been broken. Someone forced their way in here. Damn. Keith Timmons. That's who's behind this. I must have told him too much. Why don't I know when to keep my mouth shut?
Look, just forget about this, okay? I'll find a way to finish what you started.
please.
Oh, this isn't bad. I mean, I could lose about 10 pounds, but this is...
Keith, will you stop it? It's disgusting. I can't stand to look at it anymore.
Oh, you didn't think it was disgusting last
I
night.
don't want to talk about last night. I don't want to talk about the tape or anything else. I just want to get out of here.
Hey, calm down. Look. We gave each other something. Something that you need. You need to feel special. Don't let something stupid like that tape or your own conscience spoil that for you.
Can't help it.
Come here, come here. Come here, I want to show you something. Come here. Here. Look at yourself. You're shaking like a leaf. The rest of the time you sleep. Last night, you were alive, and you were beautiful. And I think, for a second, I made you happy. You made me happy. You can't do that for your husband, but you did it for me.
Keith.
Don't let that tape bother you. Come on, that's idiotic. That's amateur night.
She'll take it to Cruz.
Oh, really?
You're afraid of Cruz. Well, you should be. Because he'd kill you if he found out.
I'm not afraid of Cruz.
He'd kill you if he found out how you've taken advantage of me.
Have I? Have I really? I think you ought to go home. Oh, my God. Move, go.
I'll busy call when you get in, but Mom will probably be asleep. So I'll just see you in the morning. I love you.
Rosa, it's me. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Santana told me Ruben was out of town. I see. No particular reason. I just wanted to ask you if it's true. I wanted to ask you if you needed anything. Tomorrow night? No, she didn't mention that, but that'd be fine. Yeah. Go back to your dinner. Okay, bye.
Went through Boulevard stop back there, lady. Like to see your driver's license registration, please.
Driver's license?
Mrs. Castillo, I didn't recognize you. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just fine.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Timmons. I'm doing the seating tonight. Will anyone be joining you?
Oh, no, not tonight.
Well, I'm afraid you're out of luck. We have no single tables available this evening.
Well, in that case, why don't you join me?
No, I don't think so.
What, you still cranky because you couldn't prove I did anything illegal?
I think you're doing something much worse.
Why don't you tell me what it is? Doesn't the accused have a right to face his accuser?
No, not in this case.
All right, I'll try another restaurant. Oh, listen, while I'm thinking about it, Cruz stopped by today, and he wanted to know about a surveillance operation he hoped recorded your sister and Dylan Hartley the night of Hartley's death. Now, I looked and looked and looked, but I couldn't find any written record on this. So if it existed, I guess it must have disappeared. Funny how things like that happen. Tapes, any tapes, just happen.
I imagine so. But there are other ways of proving innocence and guilt.
Girl, what makes you think there's going to be a second file on your brother?
You heard him say that he was shipping out for all the old files from Boston, right?
Yeah, but why does that mean there's something on Brian?
Well, there's gotta be, otherwise his death doesn't make any sense. Look, there's nothing in those old letters that even hints about suicide. There's no indication of any cycles of depression or elation or any of that rot. His letters, all of them, are very hopeful, very up. Okay. Remember, 2 knocks if you hear any noise out here.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Cheer up. So am I.
Leonard Kupnik, Michael Bradford? Oh, no. This is...
Earl? Are you okay? Earl?
Nurse, bring an orderly with restraints to my office right away. Kupnik broke in and attacked me. I'm afraid he's become violent.